Hey y'all, Mary Kennedy here from Kennedy Fan 5. I wanted to show you my exponentials and logs unit from Algebra 2. Now this is just the mini formative assessments. Mini, not many, although there are a lot and there's 11. And it's just kind of like little bitty formative assessments, good for warm-ups, stick it out the door. Could be a short homework assignment. As in really short, there are 5 problems, but that may be appropriate for certain days and maybe some days when you would do more than one. Could be a great quiz review or even a test review, when you put them all together. So let's go through and just kind of look. So condensing logs. And so, you know what you're doing there. Just condensing. I decided to make those multiple choice, but I do try to make it challenging, the answer choices. I'm not trying to make it just super obvious, but I'm not trying to be tricky either. Evaluating log expressions. And so, I decided to do a drop down so they would have lots of choices. So if you're making your own, that's something to think about is, if you do the drop down and it's just numbers, so it's easy to type in, and you can I have it set to shuffle them. So it's not in any order or anything like that. It gives them more options. Here I did multiple choice, but I gave them 6 choices. And so you can always X out extra choices if you're not happy. If you don't want to give them so many options, you can do that. That's pretty straightforward. Expanding logs. So we looked at condensing, multiple choice. I have an upload your work button if you feel you need it. If you don't, then you can obviously just hit that trash can and delete that out. Exponentials requiring logs. So here they're going to go to the nearest 10,000ths, and they have lots of choices there. And I do have it shuffled. If you take a look at my settings that I'll put up here, I'll try to remember to do that. I always set it so that the questions get shuffled so the kids are not seeing them in the same order, and the answer choices for the most part get shuffled as well. And so this is solving log equations. They have 6 choices on that. This is a drop down, 6 answer choices, and writing equations in log form. So this is pretty straightforward, but it's a good, I gave them every option I could pretty well think of here for how they might write it incorrectly as well as correctly. So those are pretty straightforward. Writing the function. So we have some just pretty straightforward, I think, word problems, I guess you would say. And, just making sure they're clear on how to write the percents for one thing, understanding increasing, decreasing as far as growth and decay. Little bits and pieces, you know how it works. All right, writing logs and exponential. Again, multiple choice and 6 choices. And you can always just hit the X on the right side of the screen when you're in. This is, of course, how the students will see it. But if you're in the mode of if you're creating your own, obviously you could just not create that many. But if you choose to buy mine, thank you. If you do that, I appreciate it. If you do, then you can always just X out the answers that you don't want. When they're presented this way, it's I use the Equatio editor, which is free for teachers. So if you wanted to change the answer choice, you could just do that with the Equatio editor, to make the equations look nice, or whatever software that you like to use to create equations. But I try to put 6 in there so that if you really just want 4, you can delete the ones that you don't want to use. So to make it, simpler or more complex, whatever. And then solving exponentials, logs not required. So you get an idea here of what the answers look like. Graphing exponentials. And there you go. 5 problems. I believe that was 5. And then where are we? Growth and decay. Yep. So looking at whether this is a growth or a decay, and super straightforward. So those are the 10 that are included, the 11 included in this bundle. It's also in the entire semester bundle of many formative assessments that are made with Google Forms. So I'll put the link somewhere in the description for you. And yeah,